But this is just an unbelievable example of putting everything aside and focusing on what you want, what the people want, and that is getting this bridge done. I mean, this bridge should have never, ever been through what it went through in terms of being open so long, not having a plan ready. And, you know, I have to say, as a Republican, the Democrats came into this county and focused on bridges. Bridges were kicked down the road by Republican administrations for decades. And that's why I decided that it's time to take a shared responsibility in getting this bridge open, because when you go to the polls or to the supermarket, no one cares. They want these bridge opens. They want these bridges safe for us and for our children. And that's why when we're thanking everybody, we really mean it. This bridge clearly would not be done yet. In fact, we're not even sure if we would have broke ground yet, because there's no funding, there's no plans. But bringing everybody together on a county and state level brought us to where we are today. So there is a time for pause, and there is a time for thanks for all the people, all the parties that became involved in this project. The Secretary of Transportation, PennDOT, Leslie S, was, as you know, vice chair, and she was up at that infamous town hall meeting, as I think we called it, right? It was a town and there was a hall. It was reflective of the Arlen Inspector, God rest his soul, meeting. But you know, we really felt, we were committed to allow you to vent your frustration, because you deserve to. So we did that meeting, and we stuck together since then. And Brian was an absolute intricate role at keeping me focused, which is, my staff will tell you, is extremely difficult to do. And we work together. We really work together as government on all levels, county, state, and local, to not only move this project ahead, but to keep communications with the public as much as we could, no matter how colorful I was with some people at times. But just a few people. You know, Sal, Ali, where you at, Sal? How are you, buddy? Sal is one of those guys who I've always had a great deal of respect for, but he's the one that dealt with my frustration the most from PennDOT. And the greatest part is Sal also knows that myself and Chairman Shapiro and Vice Chair Richards and many others had fought for this legislation, the transportation bill, which, you know, we don't want to raise taxes, we don't want to raise our operations, but we're going to try to somehow fix bridges, and we knew it couldn't work. So I know, Sal, that you'll excuse, I can't believe I'm staring at you and I'm not yelling and you're not yelling. I was telling the Secretary how great of a tolerant person you were through this process, but thank you. Just real quick, my staff, Laura Smith, Candy Heckman, and Bill Baylor are here somewhere. They're my local staff who, here you are, three of you. John from Senator Rafferty's staff is here. The Senate is still in session. We are, I just was informed, done, which means whatever it means. So I won't be going back up, but the Senate's still up there. Senator wanted to be here. Senator Rafferty is very involved in the transportation bill in this bridge, as well as the light system that was put in between Collegeville and Lower Providence. But Brian's friends and some staff from Harrisburg drove down here just for this. It shows you what kind of a man he was. John Hanley's here, Sheila Flickinger, Bob Nye, and Andrew Ritter. Guys, just wave to the people at 150th. And then just some more, just the original meetings that everybody thought I was crazy, and we were, and the chairman and I were on the phone, I think it was last night, or the night before, talking about, oh my God, we embarked on something that we've never, ever dealt with before, and it's like building a bridge and getting people together, and it was great. But that original meeting, supervisor from Upper Providence, former supervisor John Pearson, current supervisor Al Bagnosi, former township manager Lower Providence Rich Gestrich, former chief Carroll, Lower Providence police chief, Stan Turtle, our new police chief. I think you were lieutenant back then, or deputy chief. Chief Toomey of Upper Providence, Chief Burt and from Collegeville, and Terry Stagliano, and there's a few others I clearly have missed, you know, from Collegeville. But these meetings were literally every 2 weeks. When we posted on Facebook, they were meeting every 2 weeks. Sal and everyone else will tell you, we were meeting for every 2 weeks until this bridge got started. So it was an awesome undertaking. Lastly, I just want to thank Lisa Altesiak and Chris Smith for their work. It's so important. You know, you're going to say the government works, but part of government working is government communicating with each other. And Lee and Chris have both been awesome in this project, and Lauren reminds me that there's more than Arcola Road Bridge in Montgomery County, but we all knew the passion behind this. So everybody's thanking everybody, and there's a reason for it. We all work together. We work together for you and for our community in which we reside. Now, you know the speed limits on the roads. Please don't attack me on Facebook if you get a ticket over the weekend. You ask for police coverage, you're going to get it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. There are, I am told, a little over 75,000 bridges in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Obviously, according to Vereb, there's only one, but there are 75,000, and Secretary Richards has some role or responsibility in each and every one of them. Yet she chose to be here at the Arcola Road Bridge today for this opening. She was the one who began our process of looking over all of the different infrastructure needs we had in Montgomery County until Governor Wolf snatched her away to be PennDOT's secretary. It's a real honor to have her with us today. Again, 75,000 bridges. She's here at this one in our community, Secretary Richards.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. There are a lot of construction projects being done here. Thanks to the legislature that passed Act 89 in 2013. I literally have the opportunity to be at hundreds of these every year. But this one is really special. It is. Thanks to everybody who's here. We have been sharpening the scissors to cut this ribbon right in front of us for a very long time. I was a little worried with everybody speaking that maybe we wouldn't open this one on time. So I will be very brief as we hear the thunder behind us as well. But just, you know, to mention the difference that a couple years makes. Not only the people who are standing behind us, but the role that everybody is playing. We are so proud. While I wasn't part of PennDOT when we contributed the 15% of this bridge, was very happy to work on the team that put that together. As County Commissioner, I knew that PennDOT made the commitment to quickly advance this project. Through the engineering and the bidding process, we made sure the necessary federal and state funding was in place. I appreciated their commitment then, but now as Secretary, I truly appreciate it now. This is fantastic work. I've learned that we have terrific dedicated staff in every district, but particularly here in District 6. I know they've been thanked over and over again, but they provided close construction oversight like we do not see on typical projects throughout the state. And I do want to acknowledge our entire terrific staff at District 6. There is one person that I would like to highlight, and that is someone who Representative Mike Vereb just did as well. But Sal Ali did a job that is just beyond what anybody does at the Commonwealth. So if everybody could just please thank them. And I know you thought Representative Vereb was being funny when he said he's not yelling at Sal today. That is the honest truth. I am actually shocked that he is not yelling today. And Sal, you took it like a pro, and you made constructive work out of it. And we are just so proud, Sal, of everything that you did, but the entire team. And there was a lot of heavy lifting here, a lot of yelling, but here we are about to cut the bridge, cut the ribbon on the bridge. Don't cut the bridge. And we're very excited to be here. Look, we've been a funding partner on many county and municipal bridges here in Montgomery County and all across the state. The governor and PennDOT have prioritized structurally deficient bridges regardless of their ownership. So now we can take one more off this list. And of course, this one I have personal pride in. I mentioned the passage of Act 89 that makes this possible. The other thing I just want to mention quickly is we did a pilot bridge bundling project here in Montgomery County. Because of its success and because of the teamwork here, we are now replicating that in Allegheny and Beaver counties, and we plan to do it in every single county across the Commonwealth. So I just want to thank Montgomery County for being such a valuable state partner. This past March, we sent $500 million in liquid fuel monies to our counties and to our municipalities. Certainly, I would be remiss if I just didn't mention, I'm going to put it out there, so please pay attention. We have a funding issue at the state, and that is the amount of money that goes to state police out of the motor license fund. So I want to assure you that I stand next to Colonel Blocker every single day when we talk about this, and we are determined to solve the issue for the state police as well as for PennDOT, so that we can deliver on the promise of Act 89 and assure that every single dollar of that additional $2.5 $1.5 billion goes into construction projects, and we can assure that the state police have the full funding they need to provide the valuable public safety service that they do for the country. So just keep your, for this state, and as they help us protect everybody here in the Commonwealth. So just keep your ears open, because that dialogue is about to really step up a few notches now that we have a budget, as has just been announced, and we could use your help so that we can fix more bridges like this one. So without any further ado, I'm looking forward to the ribbon cutting here. It is a true honor for me to be here as a former county commissioner, as now the PennDOT Secretary, as a member of the community here. The last thing I'll say is, while I do hundreds of these across the Commonwealth, this is a pretty good crowd. I am not used to having the community out here, so thanks for all your help. Even when it's just that you're telling us what's not working, it's very helpful to us, and we're happy to have such a good day here to share with you. So thanks again, and congratulations.
Thank you, Secretary Richards. So here's what we're going to do now. I'm going to invite the elected officials to come up. Actually, I'm sorry, before I do that, let me also mention one of the individuals who was key to the early planning process for this was Leo Bagley, who used to work for Montgomery County, now works with Secretary Richards at PennDOT. Leo's here. Thank you very much, Leo. And I also see Tom Kohler from our Transportation Authority, and I know our authority did a lot of work on this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to invite the elected officials up, and we're going to cut the ribbon. And then I'm going to invite Secretary Richards, Commissioner Arcos, Representative Vereb to hop in the car with me. And we're going to drive across the bridge for the first time. And we invite you to walk behind us. And then we also invite you to get on the sidewalk to walk back, because we're going to open up this bridge and let the traffic flow, because it is time to get the Arcola Road Bridge open. Thank you all very much.
Actually, if I could ask Sal Ali and Leo Bagley to come up for the ribbon cut.